Hey, how are you? Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. How are you on this fine, fine Monday morning? Haircut? I got this on Saturday, yes. Wagwan, brother. Let me get a curry goat rice and peas. Bumbleclat, let me get a curry goat rice and peas, brother. Wagwan. What's the purple crown? Let's see. It means you are the top fan of this stream. You are the top fan of this stream, brother. Oh, you guys want a little Bella Ciao to start the day? I got it loaded up on the stream deck. Here it comes. Una mattina mi sono alzato, un bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Una mattina mi sono alzato e ho trovato l'invasor. Oh partigiano, portami via. Bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Partigiano, portami via, che mi sento di morir. Hi everybody, welcome, 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 welcome. We've got some shit going on today, ladies and gentlemen. We got some shit going on today. I got the off beats. You better have the off beats, because you know me, I don't got the on beats. I'm fucking stupid. I'm a stupid man. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello. Ben Meiselab. Did you see that Bubba could be a horse? I did. I did see that. I did, in fact, see that, which means there's only two possible outcomes for Donnie Boy. There is option one: Dirty Donald blew a horse. I'll let you rest with that one. Okay? And then there's option two, which is Ghislaine Maxwell named a horse after Bill Clinton because Bill Clinton is hung like a horse, and then Donald Trump blew Bill Clinton and his horse-sized cock. I'll let you rest with that one as well. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Dirty Donnie. Oh yeah, and then obviously there's option number three. Both. Who knows? Who knows? Now, check this out. I don't know if I showed you guys this, but I've got Trump Truth on the stream deck now. So I click this button, and it'll take us to Trump's most recent Truth Social post. What is this? Brother, what the fuck? This is what Kash Patel looked like when he sniped Charlie Kirk. This was him scouting the area. And I'd like to believe in a fun reality that Kash Patel has been tasked with all of the political assassinations and that he's been doing it himself. And that's why, like, do you guys remember when that guy shot up an ICE facility and ended up killing a whole bunch of ICE detainees? And then they found on the bullets, it said anti-ICE. I like to believe that Kash Patel took out those shots and then started running and then got a text, and it was like, make sure, it's like a short text, you know, military style, where it goes, make sure or double check anti-ICE bullets, anti-ICE message on bullets. And he's like, oh, and he runs back to the roof and he grabs a pen and he grabs the bullets and he goes, anti-ICE, anti-ICE, and he writes anti-ICE and then runs away. You know, that's the way that I think of it. That, like, and then it got on the news, and they saw it says anti-ICE messaging was written on the bullets. We have a picture here, and it says anti-ICE, and that, like, Pete Hegseth and Stephen Miller slowly turned to Kash Patel and were like, you wrote anti-ice. And he's like, but you told me to put the anti-ice message. And he's like, yeah, like fuck ice or something. What are you fucking thinking? Anti-ice, you stupid fuck. Mao Zedong. 我们是长出力气欣赏，哭起来要找到蜡烛哟。让我们长出力气，是样样气心哟。我们是长出力气欣赏。Yeah, all glory to Xi Jinping. All glory to Xi Jinping. Bro, I'm the new lemon, bro. I'm pissed. I'm jealous of Hassan. I'm jealous of Hassan. God damn. God damn. I'm pretty... What the fuck? All right, so there was a whole bunch of shit that Trump posted. He posted something about opening up the Epstein files. Let's see if we could find it. He posts all fucking day. It's a problem. You guys, you know, like, if I was ever the president, I would just, like, immediately, like, day one, and be like, yo, by the way, no more transparency. No more Truth Social posts. No more X posts. None of that. We're going to have a real president, and he's not going to use social media. Sorry. Like, sorry. No more of that. No more of that. Let's see if we could find it. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. So he voted this. Not voted. He posted this long post about opening the Epstein files. House Republicans should vote to release the Epstein files. Now, here's the thing, guys. I said this earlier in a video. Do you understand what this means? So look. Let me break this down. We're going to make a video out of this, but hold on. Who just texted me? My trainer did. Okay. So Trump says that the House Republicans should vote to release the Epstein files. They'll be so redacted? No. You don't even understand the way that this goes. If you remember, yesterday, Trump made another post, or maybe it was 2 days ago, where he ordered Pam Bondi to to reopen the case and start investigating Democrats, right? Remember he posted that? Let me see if I can find that post. He posted that, okay? Now, what that means is all of the files are now part of an ongoing investigation, right? So what Trump posts, let's see. Look at this. He says, it's important. It's very important. Here. The House Oversight Committee can have whatever they are legally entitled to. This is very important. Okay? Thank you for the $5. Appreciate you, Jay. Yeah, no, this world is an abomination. But like I like to say, it's a line from Attack on Titan. This world is cruel, but it is also beautiful. Okay? You can't just stare at the darkness, because the darkness only exists due to the existence of the light. Okay? It may be cruel, but it's also beautiful. So look, Trump says the House Oversight Committee can have whatever they are entitled to. Well, 2 days ago, Trump ordered Pam Bondi to reopen the investigation. Now, what that means is all of the documents that the DOJ has are now part of an ongoing investigation, which, no pun intended, it trumps the release of the Epstein files. If it's part of an ongoing investigation, even if they vote like 100%, everybody unanimously votes to release the Epstein files, they won't get any documents that have to do with the, did someone say AOT was such a disappointment? Ban him permanently. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. But now that it's an ongoing investigation, they cannot get access to any files that are related to the ongoing investigation. And Trump is saying, it's like, oh, open it up. Give them whatever they're legally entitled to. They're not legally entitled to anything now. You see what I'm saying? Now, the thing is, when it comes, intend your puns, you coward. When it comes to the MAGA Republicans, they're too stupid to even know. Like, I can say what I'm saying. I've said it on TikTok, Instagram. I'll say what's going to happen. They don't care. They're too stupid to understand that. So all they'll see is, they released the Epstein file. There was nothing on it. You stupid fucking Democrat, liberal fucking idiot. Meanwhile, like, none of the documents will get released. But again, as we know, all MAGA supporters are mentally disabled. That's not a joke. If you are a MAGA supporter, you're mentally disabled. I do truly believe that. You have a mental disability. You're fucking useless. You're stupid. You're pathetic. You're a husk of a man. Now, here's the thing. I know plenty of you voted for Trump, but you can abandon ship. If you still support Donald Trump right now, you're mentally fucking disabled. You have a mental disability. I'm just laying it as it is. There's no two ways about it. You have a mental disability. Racism isn't a disability. No, I know. They're racist and they have a mental disability. They're part like that. They also are racist. They're mentally disabled people who are also racist. Yeah. Anyway, let's start compiling some stuff. So we got this. We're going to have that queued up. We'll get that. And I believe he said it aboard Air Force One. I want to see if I could find it. Trump. Oh my God, this little fucking gay boy, Brylan Hollihan, dude. This is, just so you know, Brylan Hollihan is the guy that's supposed to replace Charlie Kirk. And he's just like a closeted homosexual, so it doesn't really work. Trump Air Force One, Epstein. Let's see if we could find this. I bet we won't. At least not by looking this up. Yeah, okay. So we're going to have to just stick with Midas. I'm pretty sure Midas Touch has a really good... Yeah, so even they're highlighting this too. The House Oversight Committee can have whatever they're entitled to. Even they're highlighting this too. Oh, yeah, you remember that? Guys,
to help our judges discover what...
Guys, I covered this in July. I covered this in July, bro. In July.
Each one special.
Your 5'9" reading? Serious, huh? We may measure again tonight before the game.
Unbelievable.
Clear it out! You better start clearing out! Let's start throwing guys in here! Hurry up!
Yeah, you're a fucking man.
Look at that. You piece of shit! Let our judges alone! Let them alone! Look at that. Clear out!
This is ICE in Charlotte, North Carolina, I believe. Crazy shit. What the fuck is this?
I suffered so much pain.
So much pain.
So much pain.
I suffered so much pain. I was 14 years old.
I was 16 years old.
I was 16.
17.
14 years old.
This is me.
This was me. This is me.
When I met Jeffrey Epstein.
This is me when I met Jeffrey Epstein.
There are about 1,000 of us.
A thousand? 1,000? Holy fucking shit. These are some of the bravest people in this country, by the way. I don't think people are giving them enough credit. Do you understand that their lives are in danger? The reason why these women are on camera is because if they're not, they will be killed, like Virginia Giuffre. A lot of people like to claim that Virginia Giuffre committed suicide. Yeah, and so did Jeffrey Epstein. Get the fuck out of my face.
It's time to bring the secrets out of the shadows. It's time to shine a light into the darkness.
Strength in numbers, I can't get them all. That gave me the chills. That gave me chills. I'm gonna have to keep that queued up. Sweet Lord Jesus. Holy fuck. Thanks for becoming a loyalist.
Let me just say a couple more things, you great Florida Democrats.
Oh, shut the fuck up, brother. I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna start begging for Marjorie Taylor Greene.
If there's anybody responsible, anybody that hasn't been held accountable, and if they're out there, we'll find them.
Yeah, I think most Americans would say the fact it has been going on for more than a decade, and it seems like nobody's left to prosecute or bring charges against. You can't seem to find evidence is what's concerning to people, and more transparency, the better. So thank you.
Anyway, and so we're going to continue.
Let's see.
Probably 4 or 5 different countries.
We have a deal. Now every year we'll renegotiate the deal. I'll be going to China in April, and
yeah, so Trump can't get a fucking deal with China. I know that like he keeps on claiming that the rare earth minerals. Thanks Onyx for 5 gifted memberships. Trump keeps on claiming that he's got a rare earth mineral deal with China, but the thing is he's claimed that he's got a deal coming within 2 weeks since April. And then in June, and then in July, and then August, September, October, and now the newest one is Todd Blanche claiming that there's going to be a fucking deal in Thanksgiving. Not to mention the soybeans. Trump has got to be actually, he might be the worst politician in American history. He genuinely might be. Or actually, no, he's a great politician, but he's probably the worst president in American history. Valenti Simp just became a loyalist. Thank you, Valenti Simp. Dude, because of the gay allegations, he's spamming my wife. He's spamming the wife button in chat. So he's like, look at my wife. I swear I'm not gay. I don't suck dick. Oh, Jesus.
I had to go.
Dude, that's the gayest motherfucker I've ever seen.
Mr. President, could you tell us why you needed to get an MRI? I understand that the results were good, but what was it for?
because it's part of my physical. Getting an MRI is very standard. Well, you think I shouldn't have it? Other people got it.
Typically, an MRI
I had an MRI. Here's what the story is. I had an MRI. The doctor said it was the best result he has ever seen as a doctor.
Cap. Why you capping? Why you capping? Again, this is why I tell you all MAGA supporters have a mental disability. If you can see this morbidly obese 80-year-old frail decaying fat bastard who eats fucking double Big Macs and Coke all day, and you think that he had the best MRI that this doctor's ever seen, if you can believe him, you are without a shadow of a doubt mentally disabled. You are mentally disabled. Your family member who believes this, they have a mental disability, dude. They need professional fucking help.
That's it. But I had an MRI as part of my standard yearly, or I think they do it every 2 years, but I have the physical every year. And the result was outstanding.
Was it your brain?
Did you know? I have no idea what they analyzed.
Wait. You don't... Okay. There's only two options. Either A, he knows what the MRI was for and he doesn't want to tell us. Or B, his dementia has gotten so bad that he doesn't remember what the MRI was for. Bro, they're probably looking at your brain to see if you have like fucking tumors because your brain doesn't work anymore. I don't know which one it is. I think it's the first one. Thank you for the gifted membership. Because one of the arguments can be made that like, he's not working anymore. He doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't remember. I don't think that's it. I think he knows that there is something very wrong and he refuses to tell us. You don't get an MRI no, you don't get a fucking MRI as an annual physical. You get an MRI if you're 80 years old and decaying, but you don't get a fucking MRI at your physical. Are you out of your fucking mind?
But whatever they analyzed it well. and they said that I had as good a result as they've ever seen. Now, the other thing I took, as you know, a very advanced test on mental acuity.
No, you didn't, bro. They asked you if what these three animals were, and it was what was it? It was a rhinoceros, a lion, and a camel. And you said elephant, tiger, giraffe. And we know this because physicians have come out and said, no, this is a standard test that goes out to everybody. It is the same across the board. That's how fucking stupid you are.
Because I think a president should have to do that. And as you probably heard, I aced it. I got a perfect score.
I got the circle into the square hole. I bashed it, and then I got it in.
I got the highest score. I got a perfect score. And the only reason I tell you that is it's one subject, unlike Biden and others, that you can take off your plane.
The question on nuclear testing.
Oh, geez, Louise. He's so fucking stupid. He's so fucking stupid. It's actually incredible. Let's keep this one up. I'll keep this one queued up. That's incredible. Kiss the wall, Eric. Kiss the fucking wall, Goyam. Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious, bro? Holy fucking shit. I couldn't write this if I wanted, bro. I couldn't fucking write this if I wanted. Oh, Jesus Christ.
As well, it's the prison population. Their almost entire prison population was released into the United States. You know what that means? Their prison population was released into the United States, and we're getting it out. We're doing an amazing job.
No, they weren't. Wait, no, they weren't. Oh my God, dude, he's actually fucking retarded, bro. He thinks that Venezuela emptied their prisons, put all the prisoners on a plane, and sent them to the United States. And I think this is because he doesn't know what the word asylum means, and he thinks that they're sending people from mental asylums to our fucking nation. I unironically think that's what he thinks is going on.
We have a strong border now. We have everything. Our country's doing so well. But what the Biden administration did to our country should never be forgotten. And the single worst thing they did is allow 20 or 25 million people to pour into our country.
Thank you for the gifted memberships. Did he just say 20 to 25 million people? Bro, how many times have I told you that he keeps on upping the ante? I think Kyle Kalinske came up with the term lieflation. You know that we have inflation in this nation, but Trump does something called lieflation, right? His lies get bigger and bigger and worse every fucking day. And the number of illegal immigrants in this nation, when he was running, he said it was 6 million. And then further on in the campaign, he said it was 9 million. Then they said it was 12. Then they said it was 18. Then they said it was 19. Now he's claiming it's 20 to 25 million. Let me get Stalin up there. And like I've said before, he's gonna keep on raising the ante until they hit the number 65 million. 65 million is the Latino population in the United States. Legal and illegal, it is just the Latino population. Stephen Miller, as we know, is a white supremacist. They want to scrub out all non-white people from the United States. Where'd you get that cube? My producer made it for me. But, like, that is literally the plan. The plan is to genocide Latinos in the United States of America. That is the fucking plan.
People from prisons, drug dealers, mental institutions, bad people, gang members, to allow that to happen to the United States, totally unchecked and unvetted.
Do you think Trump will last all 4 years? No.
Should never be forgotten.
Okay, let's keep that one queued up, too. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry about all the burping, guys. I have GERD, if you're new here. I have gastroesophageal reflux disease. I know I burp a lot. There's nothing I can do about that other than give up coffee. And I refuse to give up coffee. Bear with me. I apologize. The cube needs to be wireless. The wire is gay. I have a white wire cover that I'm gonna put over that. I have a white wire cover. It can't be cordless, bro. That's not possible. I can't make it fucking cordless. I'm sorry. I can't do it.
Are you negotiating with lawmakers on health care ahead of a vote next month?
We're negotiating with lawmakers, and I've had personal talks with some Democrats. I can't tell you who they are. I just don't want to
Yeah, I can. Chuck Schumer and AIPAC Shakur.
do that. It's not fair to them about paying large amounts of dollars back to the people. You know, this was my idea. It came up during that. You know, oftentimes under times of stress, like the shutdown, you come up with great ideas that you wouldn't have thought of before. The insurance companies are making a fortune. Their stock is up over 1,000% over a short period of time. They are taking in hundreds of billions of dollars.
Brother is literal. Why are you saying that out loud? Holy shit. Brother is out loud saying that the health insurance company's stocks have increased by thousands of percent. They're racking in billions of dollars. Bro, so why would you admit that? Why would you admit that, bro? Did you forget about Luigi Mangione, bro? Are you out of your fucking gourd? Why would you admit that?
And they're not really putting it back, certainly not like they should. So when I see this, and when I've seen this over the last pretty short period of time, I said, why do we just pay this money directly to the people of our country and let them buy their own health insurance?
He's so stupid. He's so stupid. What does that even mean? So the money that you're giving to the health insurance companies, you want to take the money and give it to the American people so that they can buy health insurance and give it back to the health insurance what does this even mean? What does this even fucking mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? Instead of free healthcare, he wants free healthcare. No, he doesn't. He's saying that the people should buy their own healthcare. But that's what we do. We buy healthcare from health insurance companies. What the fuck? What the fuck does that even mean?
And you know, I made that statement, and I made it a little bit cavalierly, but it sounded good. And everybody has picked it up, including Democrats. And I am talking to some Democrats right now about doing that. People love it. We're going to take the money, well, if it gets approved, we're going to take the money, we're going to pay it back to the people of our country to go out and buy health insurance. Now, they can put it in a health account. We can do it a lot of different ways. But
they could put it in a health account? Dude, I'm not kidding. I don't think he's ever had to, like, buy anything in his life. Like, Donald is like a child, right? His entire life, he has had rich handlers take care of him, his mommy and his daddy, and then Roy Cohn and his fixers and Jeffrey Epstein and Steve Bannon. He's never had to do anything, like, legit. And I don't think he understands how, like, life works when you're not a billionaire. And we know this because when he talks about groceries, he says, groceries, it's an old-fashioned word. Oh, it's a good word. It's a beautiful word. Nobody says it anymore, but groceries. Groceries? Groceries are like the number one, like, you need it to live. This is like him saying, oh, the tap, the water comes out of the tap. It's an old school way of drinking water. It comes right out of a tap. I can't, bro. I can't. Like, yo, anybody and everybody who supports this, you're a temporarily embarrassed billionaire. You advocate for the 1%. You advocate for the billionaire class because you foolishly believe that one day you're gonna be the big billionaire and you're gonna be at the table with big Donald Trump. And because you're gonna be the billionaire, you might as well advocate for the billionaire now. Guess what, dumb fuck? You ain't never gonna be a fucking billionaire. You're gonna be a fucking wage slave for your entire life. They don't want you. You're gross. You have calluses on your hands and you need a shower when you get home from work. That is being a worker, that is being a blue-collar worker, but that's disgusting to these people. To me, to the rest of the OAL, the only Americans left, yeah, no, you're the backbone of this nation. The labor force is literally the backbone of this nation. But no, to them, you're a disgusting, sweaty piece of shit.
They buy their own health insurance. They can negotiate price. And it's going to be locked, so they can't go out and buy a Cadillac. They can go out and buy health insurance.
Oh, okay. So two things. So first of all, you're claiming that you're going to send money to the American people, which you will never do in your life. Second of all, you're going to say that it comes with a stipulation where this money can only be spent on health insurance. You're probably going to say it can only be spent at these health insurance companies. This is literally just a ploy to boost our fucking profit margins. That's all this is. It's a fucking ploy to boost their profit margins. What a jackass. Who the fuck believes this shit? Thank you for the $20. There's another Italian mutt from New York City named Chris. The shit you do is fantastic. I'm wondering how you handle the genuinely good people, blue collar, you grew up with who are in the pipeline and drank the Kool-Aid. Most of the oh my God, that's disgusting. Most of the people that I know who voted for Donald Trump, they're educated, right? And they voted for Donald Trump because they genuinely were going to benefit from the tax breaks. The problem is, Trump's presidency has been so cruel that my friends who literally benefit from the Trump tax breaks, they have abandoned Trump. Even though they benefit economically, they're like, yo, he's mentally retarded. And on top of that, he's like a fascist with a mass Gestapo unit rounding up brown people. And he's waging wars all over the place. And he can barely fucking speak, and the tariffs are fucking with everybody's business. Like, at the end of the day, even my friends who voted for him have completely abandoned him. I don't have any more friends that are on the train, that are on the Trump train. Every single one of them has jumped off the Trump train. The R slur, nice. Cancel me. See what happens. Good luck. I don't give a fuck. I'm talking about Donald Trump. Literally brain-dead, dementia-ridden, babbling fucking baboon. I couldn't give less of a fuck. Clip it and ship it. Cancel me. See what happens.
People have skin in the game when they have health savings accounts, that their money is in there and they can use it in their own fashion. And I've seen it literally in my office when people have high deductibles and they're accountable for these charges. When I'm ordering tests, they ask me how much those tests are going to cost, and I tell them how much those roughly estimated, how much those tests are going to cost. And these people and my patients and I have a conversation about the cost of their health care. This third-party payer process where nobody cares, the doctor doesn't care, the patient doesn't care, but the insurance constantly is, in my case, prior
becoming a loyalist, Tom,
authorizations and refusing to grant the patients access to labs or tests that I feel like they need. And I've had that for 25 years as a family doctor. We have to get the customer.
Yeah, I mean, this is a tale as old as time. Everybody knows this. You go to the doctor, you need a treatment, they tell you it's how expensive it is, and you end up choosing to die instead. This is what happened with my father. My father went through like 1.5 years of chemotherapy. Cancer went away. Cancer came back, and he was like, we can't do it, man. It's going to cost millions of dollars. I'll just die. And that is the reality for like tens of thousands of families in the United States of America, where they're choosing to die because they don't want their family to go into medical debt. Excuse me. In Canada, the government is disbanded and an election is called if the budget can't pass. Do you think America should do the same? The government is disbanded and an election is called if the budget can't pass. I don't know. I mean, maybe we should do that. I don't fucking know. You went into debt for your fucking wheelchair? That's disgusting. That's disgusting.
They would like to talk.
Mr. President, Representative Massey says he's concerned that the Epstein probe you are calling for could be a smokescreen to block the release of more files. Is that the case?
Well, I don't want to talk about it because fake news like you're a terrible reporter, and fake news like you, they just keep bringing that up to deflect.
Thanks for the $5. Love the work you do. A guy where I talk my walks wears a Trump hat, and he used to wear a Trump shirt, but he changed it to Uncle Sam.
The tremendous success of the Trump administration. So a guy like Massey, his poll numbers are showing he's at 6% approval rating right now. And
What if the worst thing in the files is cannibalism? Nah, I mean, the worst thing that he could do is be gay. That's the worst thing that the Trump regime could happen. Oh, $100 donation. The information and perspectives on the channel are top-notch. Here's to support the OAL. Thank you very much, Colorado Brand Pause and Reflect Foundation. I appreciate the $100. Thank you very much. Now, here's the thing. I don't want you to misconstrue what I'm saying. There is nothing wrong with being gay, and honestly, there's nothing wrong with Trump having blown Bill Clinton. That's consensual sex among two adults. There's nothing wrong with that. But for the MAGA voting base, pedophilia is absolutely acceptable because God tells them so. According to the Bible, God gives you puberty when you're 13, which means you're ready to have a child. The average Christian nationalist fully supports child rape. But when it comes to homosexuality, they view that as like an abomination, a sin sent by the devil. And they will unironically stop supporting him for being gay faster than they will for being a pedophile. That is reality. That is real. And we know this. We saw Megyn Kelly like defending it, saying, well, actually, it's not pedophilia. It's a bebophilia or whatever the fuck it is. And then you got people on Dean Withers Live going, can you actually explain to me why child rape is bad? The MAGA base is already preparing to defend child rape because they already have been defending it. They've always defended it. They've always been on the side of it since the beginning. Let's keep listening.
Call him Rand Paul Jr. because he saw a tremendous success of the Trump administration. Fake terrible news like you're a terrible reporter, and fake news like you, they just keep bringing that up to deflect from the tremendous success of the Trump administration.
You've had zero success.
So a guy like Massey, his poll numbers are showing he's at 6% approval rating right now. And we call him Rand Paul Jr. because he never votes for the Republican Party. So they're using Jeffrey Epstein as a deflection from the tremendous success that we're having as a party.
You're not having tremendous success, bro. His approval rating is in the low 30s, just so you know. Like, he has the lowest approval rating he has ever had throughout both terms. It's really fucking bad for Donnie Boy. You gave dome to a horse? Well, he either blew a horse or he blew Bill Clinton. So it's a lose-lose situation for King Doland. Yeah, we saw that already. We saw that.
Will you let me finish my statement? You are the worst. You're with Bloomberg, right? You are the worst. I don't know why they even
Bro, Donald Trump calling you the worst reporter is such a fucking award. If Donald Trump tells you as a journalist, like, you are the worst, you're the worst reporter, that is quite literally him telling you that you're an incredible reporter and that you are brave and you are willing to ask the tough questions. That is a fucking award. That is genuinely something that you should be proud of. I don't know who this journalist is, but like, good fucking shit. Good shit. And I do mean that. Like, dude, if Trump says you're a bad journalist, that means you're a fucking goated journalist. And again, like I told you, he's spamming the wife button in chat because of the gay allegations. So fucking funny. What is this?
In 2024 from 2020 was that shift towards Donald Trump, right? Immigration.
Oh, yeah, his approval rating among Latinos is insanely low. I don't know if you know this, but Trump had a really high approval rating among Latinos when he was running. I can't tell you why. I mean, I guess there's a lot of fucking stupid Latinos in this country. Fucking chickens for KFC. But obviously, as ICE has been rounding people up, his approval rating with Latinos has fucking plummeted. And I do have to say something. If you're a Latino who voted for Donald Trump, I don't feel bad for you. And yeah, maybe this is going to make me sound cruel, but if you're a Latino who voted for Donald Trump and then ICE picked you up, I'm laughing at you. I'm laughing at you, bro. Of course, I hope ICE does. I wish ICE didn't exist. I wish they couldn't round you up, but if they're going to round up anybody, I hope they round up the ones who fucking voted for it. Like, if that's who we're rounding up, that's fine. Go for it. Take them. You guys fucking signed on. You guys voted for it. Support MAGA. Once the pendulum swings back and we publicize the voting records, no need to deport them. Use them as slave labor. I'm totally kidding. I'm totally kidding. Are any other countries committed to helping the U.S. with Venezuela?
Venezuela, or is all our actions still?
Yeah, we have great support because it's all about drugs. Well, in Venezuela's case, it's about...
Venezuela, are you discussing Wednesday? Could he be...
Will you let me...
healthcare?
Okay. Any questions?
Any update on Venezuela, Mr. President? On Venezuela update?
No update on Venezuela.
With the designation of that cartel associated with Maduro, does that mean that the U.S. government can target Maduro's assets or infrastructure inside Venezuela?
It allows us to do that, but we haven't said we're going to do that.
Oh, so you're going to bomb them?
We may be having some discussions with Maduro, and we'll see how that turns out. They would like...
Anybody see Maduro going, to the people of the Estados Unidos, war? No! Peace? Yes! Did anyone see that? Maduro. War, no, peace, yes. That shit made me laugh so fucking hard, bro.
Not war, not war.
Wait.
Not war, not war, not war. Just peace, just peace, just peace. Forever, forever, forever. Peace forever.
He's spamming the fucking chat. He's spamming the chat. No war, no war. Peace
no crazy
forever.
War.
No crazy war.
No a la guerra loca.
Wait.
No a la guerra loca. No crazy war. No a la guerra loca. No crazy.
Yo, I know he's like a fucking dictator, but he's so fucking funny. He's got a base.
No crazy war. No crazy war.
No crazy war. No crazy war.
Please, please, please.
Dude, oh my god, he's begging. He's begging. No crazy war. Peace. Peace, please, please.
Yes, peace. Peace forever. Peace forever. Victory forever. Defeats.
Oh god, Nick. What are you doing, Nick?
Victory forever defeats. Esto se llama lenguaje tarzaneado.
Wait, he did it again, I think. He did it again recently.
Peace for America. Yes. Y al pueblo y a la juventud de Estados Unidos.
So low. So quiet.
Desde el corazón de los humildes, de los hombres y mujeres de a pie, desde Petare. Paren las mentes y manos enloquecidas que quieren llevar a Estados Unidos otra vez a una guerra eterna, a una guerra criminal en Sudamérica y en todo el Caribe. En nombre de Dios Padre Todopoderoso, decreto la paz para Venezuela y decreto la paz para el Caribe y Sudamérica.
Oh, Nick.
The United States President. To unite for the peace of the continent.
I bet the island is a short flight from Venezuela. I wouldn't be surprised if Maduro hung out with Epstein. I wouldn't be surprised.
Affordability, they sure waste a lot of time on old emails. For a party that claims to care about affordability, they sure waste a lot of time on old emails.
Bro, Trump's entire 2016 campaign was built upon releasing the emails. But her emails! The entire fucking thing. Excuse me. Gen Z trying to overthrow Mexico. I heard about it, that there's sort of like a color revolution going on in Mexico. What even is going on? So, are they just trying to get Scheinbaum out because she's Jewish? Is that the whole fucking thing? This feels very CIA orchestrated. They are not marching against Claudia or against the regime. They are pro-Palestine thugs? Oh, Jesus. A mayor was killed. What? What? A mayor, like, by the protesters? What are we talking? Hold on. Mexico mayor killed. Gen Z protests spread following the mayor's murder. Demonstrators said the Mexican government has failed to clamp down on violent crime. However, President Claudia Sheinbaum claimed the protests were inorganic and orchestrated from abroad. I believe her. Thousands of people took to the streets across Mexico on Saturday to protest against the government security policies, which they say have failed to curb increasing violence under the banner of Gen Z and the style of other such youth movements. Well, what is this about, though? Oh. Let's see. To a group of hooded individuals, this is how you should have protected Carlos Manzo. An outspoken anti-crime mayor was murdered in Mexico. State capital Morelia under the slogan, "Enough of abuses and omissions." The demonstration turned violent. People stormed Morelia's governmental palace. Local authorities confirmed the arrest of 8 people. The shocking murder of Carlos Manzo, the mayor of Uruapan, on Saturday was one of the episodes of violence that sparked these protests. There was also latent anger over the murder of Bernardo Bravo Marriquez, the head of a local citrus growers organization. The back-to-back killings of both men who occupy different sectors of society showed... Okay. Protests are an honest reaction to citizens of Michoacan who are many years been living under the context. So here's the thing. Okay, so an anti-crime, and probably I'm assuming like somebody who's been saying, hey, the cartels kind of run our nation. An anti-crime mayor was killed, and the kids are mad that Sheinbaum isn't doing enough about it. So they're trying to overthrow the government, which happens to play directly into the United States' hand, where we're claiming that the cartels run Mexico. Like, I'm not saying that that guy didn't die, but I wouldn't be surprised if the CIA fucking killed him. CIA kills him in order to create disruptions down in Mexico and give validity to the U.S. State Department. Call the president for help and more security, but she ignored him. That's terrible. Who killed her 36 opponents? I've heard that before. I don't know how true that is. There's a claim that all 36 of her political opponents were assassinated. I don't know if I believe that. Let's see. A record number of political candidates were murdered during the recent Mexican election season. None of the main presidential opponents of Claudia Sheinbaum were murdered. Okay, so that's just not true. So it's just not true. No, Chris, Gen Z aren't protesting the murder. I don't know what they're protesting. Excuse me. You are wrong. But no, I'm not. I'm not telling you my opinion. It's a fact. None of the main presidential opponents of Claudia Sheinbaum were murdered. This isn't opinionated. I'm just telling you a fact. That's just a fact. Anyway, back to ACYN. We got more to talk about. Cartels are just Mexico's version of an oligarchy? Yes. Correct.
Mr. President, Tucker Carlson actually recently had a friendly interview with anti-Semite Nick Fuentes. Tucker Carlson. What role do you think Tucker Carlson should play in the Republican Party and the conservative movement going forward?
Well, I found him to be good. I mean, he said good things about me over the years. I think he's good. We've had some good interviews. I did an interview with him. We had 300 million hits. You know that. Look, I can't tell him. Will you let me finish my statement? You are the worst. You're with Bloomberg, right?
He gets so triggered, bro.
I don't know why they even have you. We've had some great interviews with Tucker Carlson, but you can't tell him who to interview. I mean, if he wants to interview Nick Fuentes, I don't know much about him.
Oh, you had dinner with him in the fucking White House. What are you talking about?
But if he wants to do it, get the word out.
Trump had dinner with Nick Fuentes and Kanye West. That's like, dude, what a fucking. We live in the worst timeline possible.
Let them, people have to decide. Ultimately, people have to decide. The mayor of New York, I will say, would like to meet with us and we'll work something out.
The mayor of New York? Are you talking about Eric Adams or are you talking about Zohran Mamdani?
Like to come to Washington and meet, and we'll work something out. We want to see everything work out well for New York.
You yourself had dinner with Nick Fuentes at Mar-a-Lago a few years ago. What role should he play in the conservative movement?
Well, I didn't know he was coming, and he was with, as you know, somebody, Kanye. And Kanye asked if he could have dinner, and he brought Nick. I didn't know Nick at the time. And he did. He came, and along with a few other people. He brought a few people with him. Meeting people, talking to people, like for somebody like Tucker, that's what they do. You know, people are controversial. Some are, some aren't. I'm not controversial, so I like it that way.
What? Did you just say you're not controversial? You might be the most controversial man in human history. Actually, no. I think Hitler is the most controversial man in human history, and I think you're right under him. Unironically, I genuinely think it's Hitler and then Donald Trump in terms of the most controversial men in history. It's got to be, right? I can't think of any other man. I can't think of anybody other than that. Dude, like, you know that song where it's like, me and the devil walking side by side? I picture Trump staring at the mirror and seeing Hitler's silhouette and going, me and the Fuhrer walking side by side. Like, unironically, bro, you're just, you're modern Hitler. You're modern fucking Hitler, dude. What are you thinking? What are you doing? Me and the Fuhrer walking side by side. Me and the Fuhrer. He literally heard it in that interview. The article is based off the interview. Huh? Oh, you're not talking to me. You're talking to Valenti Sen. Whoopsie bupsie.
Continue to find out if there's anybody responsible, anybody that hasn't been held accountable, and if they're out there, we'll find them.
Yeah, I think most Americans would say the fact it has been going on for more than a decade, and it seems like nobody's left to prosecute or bring charges against. You can't seem to find evidence is what's concerning to people, and more transparency the better. So thank you.
Anyway, and so we're going to continue to find out.
Somebody said, I don't know, I think Mussolini and Stalin are up there before Trump. No, because the word controversial is important. I don't think it's controversial to say that Mussolini was a terrible leader. Even the Italian fascists would say that because he fucking led their country into disarray. He failed miserably. Stalin, I mean, I guess you could say he's probably more controversial because there's a lot of people who love Stalin. And then there's, a lot of people who fucking hate Stalin. Fine, I'll give you that. Hitler, Stalin, Trump. That's the list of controversy. That's the controversial list.
But actually, then the judges are stepping.
And I want to get your reaction to the attempt from James Comey and Letitia James to disqualify Lindsay Halligan from prosecuting those cases again.
So we're going to continue to find out if there's anybody responsible, anybody that hasn't been held accountable.
These foreign girls, you know, Mr. Trump, in my country, we say hello with vagina. And
well, you could also say, as the owner of the pageant, it's your obligation to do that.
So you have done that. Now,
I'll tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, you know, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. You know, I'm inspecting. I want to make sure that
You're like a
everything
doctor.
is good.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? You know, they're standing there with no. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible-looking women, and so I sort of get away with it.
Jesus Christ, dude. Just so you understand, MAGA fully supports this. Like, there's not a single Trump voter who thinks that is not okay. They hear that and they're jealous of Trump. They wish they were him. I'm not kidding. This is how MAGA brains operate. They hear that and they unironically get turned on. It's fucking disgusting, bro. Is there any MAGA in the chat? Is there a single MAGA in the chat? I just need I need to know what you think of this. I need to know what you think of that audio file. I need to know. There's got to be at least one fucking MAGA in the chat. Any of you? Is there any of you? There's got to be one of you. I'll play it again.
I mean, some of these foreign girls, you know, Mr. Trump, in my country, we say hello with vagina. And
well, you could also say, as the owner of the pageant, it's your obligation to do that.
So you have done that. Now,
I'll tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, you know, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. You know, I'm inspecting. I want to make sure that
You're like
everything
a doctor.
is good.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? You know, they're standing there with no...
So yeah, I mean, listen, MAGA, if you are in the chat and you're listening, you're probably not brave enough to type anything. But like, dude, you need to understand that in order for you to stay on the MAGA train, you need to be okay with sexual violence. You need to be okay with sexual harassment. You need to be okay with child rape. You're not allowed to differentiate your ideas from the Fuhrer. You have to follow his orders. So if you want to be on that side, I mean, more power to you. But that's the side you're on.
Summers, Larry Summers, whatever his name is, and all of the other people that he spent time with. Jeffrey Epstein and I had a very bad relationship for many years, but he also saw strength because I was president. So he dictated a couple of memos to himself. Give me a break. You're going to find out what did he know with respect to Bill Clinton.
Band.org. Live now to remarks from President Trump.
This one, but when you have British intelligence.
Oh, Jesus. Did you guys see the way Switzerland, or was it Switzerland or Sweden, gave him a gold clock? Trump gets gold clock. I think either Switzerland or Sweden gave Trump a gold clock. It was Switzerland, and he immediately lowered their tariffs. It's fucking insane. Let's see. Trump gets Swiss gold Rolex. Oh, I gotta pay for that? I'm not doing that. Never in a million fucking years would I do that. So the Swiss gave him a golden Rolex clock and a giant gold bar, and because of that, he lowered the tariffs on Switzerland. can't believe that they're hiding this shit. All right, hold on. Let's see. Yeah, no, the White House looks disgusting. I want to see the gold bar. Look at this, look at this. What does 6'7" mean? And who made the 6'7" meme? And why is it so popular? Maybe we could find it on YouTube. Let's see. Swiss give Trump gold bar. By the way, guys, real quick, shameless plug, because I noticed that there's I think 1,000 of you in here. If you're new here, I'm Chris Valenti. I'm a douchebag from New York. I fucking hate fascists. I'm a socialist. This is real independent media. I've never had a conversation with an advertiser or a billionaire or a government. So if you do want to support this channel financially, please do. There's a couple of ways you can do it. You can buy merch like the Democratic Socialist poster or the Valenti Videos mugs. That's located down below. You can click the thanks button down below to tip me directly. You can click the join button down below to become a member. That'll give you access to member-only content. And you can become a patron on Patreon. Get access to Patreon-only content. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That costs you absolutely nothing, and it helps me immensely. Thank you for 130,000 subs. Let's get right back to the show. So the Swiss give Trump a gold bar.
Swiss billionaires just showered.
Fuck you with your goddamn clanker AI shit. I don't think there's any videos of it. There is the picture. There we go. We'll keep that one queued up. Look at this stuff. What have y'all heard about the Fourth Reich in Antarctica? Oh my god, you're so stupid. Dude, there are people out there who watch Vril edits and they think it's real. They think there's a hole in Antarctica and you fly in there and there's Hitler and the fucking Fourth Reich and the Aryans and they're all going, it's a party down here, folks. Like, oh my god, you're fucking so stupid. Dude, we're so fucking cooked. We're so fucking cooked. Oh my god. It's the hole to a Garta. You fucking morons. Can you prove it's not happening? Good boy. Can you prove I'm not petting a unicorn? Good boy. Good boy. Can you prove that? You're kidding? I know you're kidding, but this is also the mindset of many of these fucking people. Good boy. Can you prove I'm not petting a unicorn? Good boy. Oh my god. So fucking stupid. The giants are coming to reclaim their pyramids. Marines begin a week of exercises miles from the Venezuelan coast. Oh, so okay. Operation Southern Spear is coming. Shit. Shit. Oh, I did see something, bro, where it was like there are soldiers getting private lawyers to find out if the orders that they have been following are illegal. Soldiers seek lawyers to see if their orders are illegal. This is kind of a big story that's breaking. Let's see if we can find this. Side by side. Yeah, so we got this from PBS. Military personnel seek legal advice on whether Trump-ordered missions are lawful. Let's see. Military service personnel have been seeking outside legal advice about some of the missions the Trump regime has assigned them. The U.S. strikes against alleged drug trafficking boats. Okay, whatever. Calls to organizations like the Orders Project, which provides free legal advice to military personnel, are on the rise from staff officers involved in planning boat strikes. So they're worried they're going to end up being fucking sent to The Hague. Hassan, derangement syndrome spotted in chat, rent-free. Free rent, rent-free, housing crisis solved. Hassan sells his house and lives in your head. You moved to... Wait, there's chatters in here who are like talking about Hassan? What do you... I'm not Hassan Piker. Excuse me. I'm not Hassan Piker. Thanks for the $5. Started making my bingo card for 2026. Nuclear detonation in Iran. That's on my bingo card for 2026. Israel detonates a mini nuke in Iran at some point in 2026. That's on my fucking... Oh, Insurrection Act guaranteed, too. That's guaranteed. That's fucking guaranteed. Please tell me what you think of this phrase, right and left wing are separate wings of the same evil bird. Nah, that's coward shit. The right wing literally wants to bring about a theocratic fascist nation, whereas the left wing wants free healthcare. So no, that's not true at all. However, most of the Democrat elected officials, like the establishment Democrats, they don't want anything. They just want to maintain the status quo. But there is the far left, progressives like ourselves, who quite literally are advocating for irrefutably good things for the collective. Hassan Jr., thank you. I appreciate that. I'm the Italian version of Hassan. Hassanito. Hassanito Baicaleri. Hassanito Baicaleri. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Anyway. And I'm the Puerto Rican Chris. Indeed. Indeedly and doodly and doddly. Indeedly. All right. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we should compile for the video. Trying to think. Is there anything else that's like huge news that we should probably get together for today's video? The alt-right war on TikTok? Nah, I've already covered that, bro. JD Motorcade? That's a good idea, actually. Hold on. JD Vance Motorcade crashes into cop. What? Yeah, no. So JD Vance's motorcade crashed into a like a bike cop, a guy on a motorcycle, left him in critical condition. Not a single member of the motorcade got out of the car. They just left him there and drove off. Happened on like Friday. Police officers critically injured from a crash while providing security for Vice President DJ Vance's motorcade. So the state trooper involved on Friday during an execution protection mission involving multiple law enforcement agencies. Citizens stayed at the scene and immediately administered urgent first aid. Nobody from the motorcade did. They saved his fucking life. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? I found that I prefer you over Hassan. Like, yeah, he's good for getting information, same as you, but you come off a lot stronger, where he comes off as very passive. I listen. Hassan has the world against him. Hassan is Muslim. Hassan is, well, I know he's white passing, but he's brown skinned. Hassan is named Hassan. He was raised in Turkey. I know he was born in Jersey, but Hassan has like far more, I guess, to lose. Like, it's very easy for people to attack Hassan. I mean, he could get deported. You know what I'm saying? He can't really be on the offense as much because he could be fucked for that. Part of the reason why I do what I do is because, like, dude, I'm a white cis het raised Christian New Yorker. I kind of have an obligation to speak up against this shit because my voice is what is considered to be like exactly what they want. They're like, we want the white American-born, parents born in America, Christian raised, straight man. So it's my obligation and my duty to do this, you know? It's a lot harder for people to target me. I mean, I've had the Secret Service show up. They tried to fucking throw me in federal prison for life, but I'm white. I'm white. Wait a minute. I'm white. Wait, I'm white. Can you come in? No, I'm white. No, you can't come in. I'm white. But yeah. So it's because you black, my brother. Get the fuck out of here. I ain't. What? What do you mean? Turkish deserve live in Turkey. Turkish deserve live in Turkey. Brother, he was born in New Jersey. He was born in New Jersey. Anyway. Let's do one more look at Trump Truth. See if Donnie Diddle's kids posted anything. What the fuck does this even mean? Oh, he wants the redistricting. He wants the gerrymandering. I see. Let's see if Donnie posted anything else that's fucking crazy. Dude, he's doing the same thing he did to Jimmy Fallon. He's demanding them to fucking fire Seth Meyers, dude. All right, I think this is plenty of tabs for the video. Now we got to align them. Start off with the Epstein stuff. Start off with the women. And that's an MRI. Where's the Epstein stuff? More Epstein there. More Epstein there. Okay, so 4 on Epstein. And we're going to move on to, I don't want the audio of this. Yeah, there we go. I want that one. Trump's MRI a little bit. Guys, just so you know, I love Hassan. I don't think you guys understand. Like, I love Hassan. I've been subbed to Hassan since 2018. Okay? I've literally been paying a monthly fee to Hassan for almost a decade. All right? He created me. All right? Hassan created me. All right, so him spamming that he's not gay with his wife. Now we're going to move on to his MRI. A lot of his, like, Air Force One talk. More Air Force One talk. More Air Force One talk. Trump's approval rating among Latinos. Okay, so when we go to Latinos, we'll swap to Venezuela. More Latinos, Nick Fuentes. Motorcade. Oh, this is more Venezuela. Okay, I think we got a good video. I think we're good. Excuse me. You guys ready to make a video? I gotta take a piss and fill up my coffee before we start, though. Y'all ready? Hopefully that's a joke. Some people just want money and I'm feeling that I didn't think Dave Chappelle was bad. He just stand up for all those royals, man. You hope what's a joke? Me loving Hassan? No, I love Hassan. He created me. He literally pulled me out of the alt-right pipeline. So, no, it's not a joke. I fucking love Hassan Piker. I think he's one of the most important voices out there right now. I really do think Hassan Piker is one of the most important voices in the political sphere right now because he offers at least an alternative to the alt-right pipeline that isn't like a fucking 45-year-old guy, you know? Like, I love Sam Cedar, but he's disconnected from the youth. He's very old, you know? Alt-right? Yeah, dude, this is the same thing that happens with almost every young American white Christian raised boy is when they're like 15 or 16, they discover Charlie Kirk. Well, no more. But they discover Charlie Kirk or Steven Crowder. They end up watching the shit. They fall into it. But yeah, no, I got pulled out by Hassan. So I'm grateful for him. I'm eternally grateful for him. All right, I'm going to go take a piss and fill up my coffee. Okay. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Oh, wait, I have to include one thing that I totally forgot to pull up. Which is, Trump. Let's see if we could find it. We need to pull up Trump's post where he said he's ordering Pam Bondi to, like, open the case. I gotta find this. I think it was 2 days ago. Probably, I think it was 2 days ago. Yep, here it is. Bang. And then I believe Pam Bondi responded on Twitter, right? The Hassan hate is crazy. I mean, I think a lot of this has to do with Islamophobia. Large part of it. I wasn't expecting it to be so strong here. Yeah, I mean, neither fuck do I. It doesn't make sense. Like, I don't understand how you could be a fan of me and not like Hassan. Me and Hassan are like quite literally the same fucking person, except I'm a white and an Italian from New York, and he's white passing and an Arab or a Turkmen from New Jersey. We're the same fucking guy. I really don't understand how you could love me and hate him. It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Of course I saw Marjorie Taylor Greene jumping ship. Everybody and their fucking mother saw that. Where did she thank him for this? Where did she thank him? Bondi posted on X. Okay, but where's the post? I thought we had Pam Bondi on Twitter. Probably deleted. Seemingly, yeah. Pam Bondi thanks Trump for reopening Epstein case. Are you doing No Shave November? I don't know, probably not. What, did she post this on Truth Social? Does she have a Truth Social account? I guess not. Where the fuck is that post? Does anybody know where that post is? Does anybody know where that post is?
So
Pam Bondi reopens Epstein case. What is this on? Is this Twitter? AG Pam Bondi? Is this Twitter? On November 25th? She must have deleted it then. This is her personal account? AG Pam Bondi. Yeah, this is it. This is it. This is it. I got it. She had two Twitter accounts. Okay. So we need this. When do we stop talking about Epstein? Right there. So we need this. And this. Okay. Now we've got links. Now we've got enough links for a video. Now we're good to go. Okay. Okay. You guys ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Thank you for the $5. I personally feel Chris is a lot more humble than Hassan, generally speaking, but it could be how he comes across sometimes, not like I know him. I don't fucking know. I ain't never met Hassan. He seems pretty humble to me. I don't know. I don't fucking know. And I'm not humble at all, bro. I am the best that does, like, I'm not humble at all. I truly believe I am the best at this. I don't think there's anybody better than me. I think I was literally placed in this world to be a leader, and you are watching the development. Give me 7 fucking years, I'll be God King of mankind. I'm not fucking humble. I ain't fucking humble, dude. I genuinely think I am better than everybody. I ain't fucking humble. Fuck that. Fuck that. Has he seen Chris's TikToks? Definitely not. Definitely not, bro. You fucking out of your mind? All right, let's make a video. Let's make a video. Let's make a video. You guys ready? Lock in. Lock in. Lock in. Lock in. All right. All right. All right. Here we go. Epstein, 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 the man that never dies. We've got a new update on the Epstein files. We've also got updates on war with Venezuela. We've got updates all across the board, and it is not a good day for Dirty Donnie. As you know, the MAGA movement is crumbling. They can feel the walls closing in on them. At literally like 100 Republicans have turned tail, and they are going to vote to release the Epstein files. But what we're finding out now is that Dirty Donnie, or Donica Lewinsky, he has pulled out the Uno reverse card, and he has said, actually, you should release the Epstein files. And I'm going to explain to you why he's doing that. It's because they've, that Trump card, pun intended, the Trump card that they pulled was 2 days ago when Trump ordered Attorney General Pam Bondi to reopen the Epstein case to investigate Democrats like Bill Clinton, shout out Hubba Bubba. When they did that, by reopening the case, it makes all of the files now part of a pending investigation, which means they cannot be released, despite the fact that the House and the Senate is going to vote to release all of the files tomorrow. I'm going to explain all of this in detail to you. We're going to go through it, but before we do, I just want to remind you to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Those 4 things cost you absolutely nothing, and I would really appreciate it if you did that. It boosts me up in the algorithm. Now, again, this is real independent media. If you're new here, my name is Chris Valenti. I'm a douchebag from New York. I am the leader of the dirtbag left. I have no funding. I've never had a conversation with an advertiser or a billionaire or a government, which I'm very proud of. Every dollar I've made comes from donations, so you can click the thanks button if you want to donate. It comes from selling merch. You could buy the Valenti Videos mug or the Democratic Socialist poster or the Duty Calls merch line. All down below. You can click the thanks button down below to tip me directly, and you can click the join button down below to become a member. You'll get access to member-only content. Speaking of, congratulations, JJ Wheels, for becoming a loyalist. Thank you very much. And you can become a patron on Patreon. Thank you for 130,000 subs. Without further ado, we're going to dive right into it with pretty much a banger. Who put this together? This is Epstein survivors released a PSA. It is a message to the House of Representatives, and it is moving. It is important, and I want to show you this. But before we do, I want you to understand that these women are some of the bravest women on the planet. Epstein was a Mossad agent who was involved in a global pedophile cabal with the Saudi royal family and the British royal family and political dynasties from America, like the Trumps and the Clintons and the Kennedys. These women are in danger, okay? As we know, Virginia Giuffre committed suicide. Bullshit. A lot of these Epstein victims are dead mysteriously, and part of the reason why they're coming out with their faces is strength in numbers. What are you gonna do? You're gonna fucking kill us all? But these women are unbelievably brave, and it is very important that we watch this PSA, okay?
I suffered so much pain.
So much pain.
So much pain.
I suffered so much pain. I was 14 years old.
I was 16 years old.
I was 16.
17.
14 years old.
This is me.
This was me.
This is me.
When I met Jeffrey Epstein.
This is me when I met Jeffrey Epstein.
There are about 1,000 of us.
1,000? There are about 1,000 of us. That is, bro, this, I don't believe in heaven and hell, but if there's a hell, when Jeffrey Epstein dies, he's not dead, he's in Israel. When Jeffrey Epstein dies, he's gonna burn in the 7th fucking circle.
It's time to bring the secrets out of the shadows. It's time to shine a light into the darkness.
I think it's really important that they put 5 administrations and we still haven't seen the files. Because, as I've talked about before, MAGA voters are in a cult. There's no debating this. Current MAGA supporters are cultists, right? And because they have a mental disability, they assume that everybody else has a mental disability. They don't understand that they're mentally disabled, right? And they believe that, hey, we know child rape is bad, but our Fuhrer did it, which means we have to defend it. Now, they think that because they are mentally disabled and refuse to hold their leader accountable, that we on the left do the same thing. But the thing is, I have no accountability, I have no loyalty for Bill Clinton. I have no loyalty for Prince Andrews. I have no loyalty to, what the fuck is his name? Stephen Hawking, right? I want all of them in prison. I don't give a shit who they are, okay? If fucking Zohran Mamdani was on the fucking Epstein list, I would want him in prison. You see what I'm saying? But they are cultists, so they believe that there's nothing that we want when it comes to accountability, that we would never want accountability for our elected officials because we're Democrats and they're Democrats. But that's not how this fucking works. So there's our little thing. Now, I want to show you is Trump is trying to pull a Uno reverse card, right? And he wants the Epstein files released. And I'm going to explain why after we read this post, okay? So Trump posts this. He goes, as I said on Friday night aboard Air Force One to the fake news media, House Republicans should vote to release the Epstein files because we have nothing to hide, and it's time to move on from this Democrat hoax perpetrated by radical left lunatics in order to deflect from the great success of the Republican Party, including our recent victory on the Democrat shutdown. The Department of Justice has already turned over tens of thousands of pages to the public on Epstein, are looking at various Democrat operatives, Bill Clinton, Reid Hoffman, Larry Summers, etc., and their relationship to Epstein, and the House Oversight Committee can have whatever they are legally entitled to. I don't care! This is important. We're going to stop here, okay? So he says, the House Oversight Committee can have whatever they are legally entitled to. I don't care. Now, where he says they can have whatever they are legally entitled to, that matters. That matters a lot. And the reason why that matters is because Trump posted this a couple days ago, where he said, now that the Democrats are using the Epstein hoax involving Democrats, not Republicans, to try and deflect from their disastrous shutdown and all of their other failures, I will be asking Attorney General Pam Bondi and the Department of Justice, together with our great patriots at the FBI, to investigate Jeffrey Epstein's involvement and relationship with Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, Reid Hoffman, JP Morgan Chase, and many other people. Okay, so this is important, right? So a couple days ago, for some reason, like, let's just point out one thing. Trump refused to release the Epstein files, refused, and then claimed that he wasn't refusing to release the Epstein files. And now, 2 days ago, he's like, oh, I'm going to order them to release them, which just is an admission of guilt. It's like, okay, so you have been hiding them the entire time. But he posts this where he says, we're going to reopen the investigation looking into these people. Now, you go back to his post from today, or maybe it was yesterday, where he says, the House Oversight Committee can have whatever they are legally entitled to. Here's the thing. Tomorrow we have the vote. Tomorrow, the House is going to vote to release the Epstein files. But now that Trump has ordered Attorney General Pam Bondi to open the case, in which she responded, she said, thank you, Mr. President. SDNY U.S. Attorney Jay Clayton is one of the most capable and trusted prosecutors in the country, and I've asked him to take the lead. As with all matters, the department will pursue this with urgency and integrity to deliver answers to the American people. So she reopened the case. Now, what that means is all of the Epstein files are now part of an ongoing investigation. Until this happened, they weren't. They weren't. That investigation was on fucking pause. But now it's part of an ongoing investigation, which means tomorrow, when they vote to release the Epstein files, they will receive nothing. They will receive absolutely nothing, because all of those documents are now part of an ongoing investigation, which means that trumps the discharge petition, pun intended. Like, here's the thing. I want to see a fucking photo of Donald Trump blowing Bubba. Now, again, real quick, there's a recent update. Ghislaine Maxwell has a horse named Bubba. Ghislaine Maxwell has a horse named Bubba. So as we all knew, Trump was sucking Bubba dick, and now there's only two possibilities. Option one, Trump blew a horse. Option two, Ghislaine Maxwell named her horse after Bill Clinton because he's hung like a horse, and Trump blew that horse cock. And when I say horse cock, I mean like giant fucking cock on Bill Clinton. And I'm going to go with the latter. I truly do believe Bill Clinton's probably hung like a fucking horse. But you know, dead ass. Ghislaine Maxwell had a horse named Bubba. So maybe there's a video of Trump blowing a horse. I don't fucking know. It's a lose-lose situation for you, Donnie. It's a lose-lose situation for you. So as I'm telling you, I'm going to tell you right now what's going to happen. Tomorrow, Tuesday, November 18th, 2025, the House will vote to release the Epstein files. They will then get these documents and realize there's nothing in them because there is an ongoing investigation. That is the play. That is the play. That is the play. Okay? So Now, I want to show you just the way that Trump is reacting to journalists that ask him about the Epstein files, because he's going in full, like an animal pinned in a corner, claws out, Rah! And like he can't control himself anymore. Watch this. Watch this.
They would like to talk.
Mr. President, Representative Massey says he's concerned that the Epstein probe you are calling for could be a smokescreen to...
Yes, that's what I just told you. So Representative Massey, the Republican who worked with Ro Khanna to get the Epstein emails, he's worried that this new investigation is a smokescreen designed to hide the Epstein file. And it is. And this is coming from a Republican, okay? And that's exactly what it is.
Well, I don't want to talk about it because fake news like you're a terrible reporter, and fake news...
Yeah, and you're a fucking terrible president, fat boy.
Like you, they just keep bringing that up to deflect from the tremendous success of the Trump administration. So a guy like Massey, his poll numbers are showing he's at 6% approval rating right now. And we could...
But like we're going to keep watching. But did you hear that? In the beginning, we goes, well, I don't want to talk about that.
You are calling
Listen.
for could be a smokescreen to block the release of more files. Is that the case?
Well, I don't want to talk about it because...
So, MAGA, this is your big, strong leader. He gets asked a tough question, and he goes, well, I don't want to talk about that. I don't like that question, and you are a terrible reporter. This is the big, strong alpha male that all of these fatherless fucking incels have turned to for male advice.
Fake news like you're a terrible reporter, and fake news like you, they just keep bringing that up to deflect from the tremendous success of the Trump administration.
You've made no success, bro. The economy is being propped up by an AI bubble. There's 4 fucking trillionaires passing money to each other in a never-ending circle. That bubble's about to fucking burst. The prices of everything has skyrocketed. Gas, groceries. You keep claiming that the Thanksgiving meal is down by 25%, when in reality, the Walmart Thanksgiving kit dropped from 21 items to 14 because we're in an active fucking recession. Everybody that goes out to buy groceries can see the price of beef has fucking tripled. Like, dude, he actually thinks you're so stupid. He thinks you're so fucking stupid. And the thing is, when it comes to his voting base, he's right. If you voted for Donald Trump, you are stupid. There's no debating that. If you voted for Donald Trump, you're a fucking idiot. And he knows you're a fucking idiot. He said it himself. Remember when he goes, we love the poorly educated. I love the poorly educated. He knows you're fucking stupid, and he's using that against you.
I like Massey. His poll numbers are showing he's at 6% approval rating right now. And we call him Rand Paul Jr. because he never votes for the Republican Party. So they're using Jeffrey Epstein as a deflection from the tremendous success that we're having as a party.
Yeah, as Zohran Mamdani said, let me get Zohran on the wall. As Zohran Mamdani said, if releasing the Epstein list would destroy your government, then your government deserves to be destroyed. We're talking about a list of child sex trafficking pedophiles. What? Why is releasing this such a big deal? Unless the clients are riddled throughout our society. In Hollywood, in Washington, D.C., in Silicon Valley, they're everywhere. Now, we're not fucking stupid. We know this. They're everywhere. They're Democrats, they're Republicans, they're billionaires, they're royalty. They're fucking everywhere. And I don't give a shit who it is. I want the files released, and I want every last fucking pedo sex trafficking gremlin dragged by their fucking ear into a tribunal and then put beneath the prison. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm the fucking crazy one for wanting accountability for elite pedophile cabals. Oh, and then also, as we know, Donald Trump blew either Bill Clinton or a fucking horse, so he's spamming the wife button in chat. Spamming, posting his wife. He's like, look at my wife! I love vagina! I swear I don't like dick! I swear! Meanwhile, brother, I've seen you fucking reminisce when describing the size of Arnold Palmer's cock. I've seen you pretend to blow a fucking microphone on stage, dude. I've seen you talk about how handsome these pilots are. I've seen you point at a dude in the crowd and go, I'll kiss that man! I'll kiss that man right now! Brother, you're the gayest president we've ever had. You're gayer than Abraham Lincoln, and he was fucking in a log cabin, dog. You are gayer than Abraham Lincoln, and he was plowing bussy in a log cabin. Do you understand that, Donald? Do you understand that? And here's the thing. I got no problem with you being gay, Donald. I got no problem with it, especially with what you did with Bill. That's probably the least controversial thing you ever done. Consensual sex among two adults. A little bit of that fucking, like, honestly, no problem with that. I'm sure Bill was fucking, oh, Donald, I'm gonna come. Like, I get it. I get it. I get it. That's fine. But you're also trying to dismantle gay marriage. You're also like targeting the trans people in our society. Like, brother, you can't have it both ways. You can either suck dick or you can hate gay people. You can't have it both ways, Donnie. Anyway, we're going to move on to a little bit more of Trump on Air Force One. So I don't know if you know this. Trump got an MRI a while back. We talked about this. You got an MRI, and this is because he's got dementia and he's decaying. He probably has a fucking tumor or some shit. And he doesn't know where the MRI was done on his body. He doesn't know what it was done for, which can only mean one of two things. One, he's lying and there's something very wrong. Or two, the dementia is so bad that he genuinely forgot which part of his body needed a fucking MRI. I'm gonna show you. This is fucking bizarre shit.
If we denuclearize.
Mr. President, could you tell us why you needed to get an MRI? I understand that the results were good, but what was it for?
Because it's part of my physical.
It's not. An MRI is not part of your physical. You are a, like, 80-something-year-old morbidly obese, decaying man. You have double Big Macs and Diet Cokes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You don't believe in exercise. You've said it clearly. You said that you believe the human body is like a battery, and if you waste energy exercising, you'll die earlier. You literally said this. So nobody, and this is why I say all MAGA supporters have a mental disability. You have to be mentally disabled to believe in this shit.
Getting an MRI is very standard. Well, you think I shouldn't have it? Other people got it.
Typically, an MRI
I had an MRI. Here's what the story is. I had an MRI. The doctor said it was the best result he has ever seen as a doctor.
Stop the cap, fat boy. Why you capping? Again, same thing. MAGA supporter. You have a mental disability if you think that a doctor told him, this is the best MRI results I've ever seen in my entire career of being a doctor. So again, there's only two possibilities. One, the doctor said that because they're horrified of Donald lashing out and choosing a doctor. Or two, the doctor never said that and pathological liar Dirty Donnie is pathologically lying again.
That's it. But I had an MRI as part of my standard yearly, or I think they do it every 2 years, but I have the physical every year. And the result was outstanding.
Was it your brain?
Did you know? I have no idea what they analyzed.
So they asked him just then, they said, which part of your body needed the MRI? And he goes, I have no idea. That's either a lie or he has dementia. I'm going to go with the former. I believe he's lying. I believe he knows the MRI was done on my brain because I have dementia and there's small little tumors growing in me. And, I'm starting to forget who and where I am,
But whatever they analyzed it well. And they said that I had as good a result as they've ever seen. Now, the other thing I took, as you know, very advanced test.
Very advanced. He took an Alzheimer's test where they gave him, and this is real, they gave him a picture of a rhinoceros, a lion, and a camel. And we know this because this same test, the same pictures are given to everybody who goes through this Alzheimer's test. And they asked him to name the animals, and he said it was remember, the animals were a rhinoceros, a lion, and a camel. And he said elephant, tiger, giraffe. Now, this is because Donald Trump is mentally impaired and riddled with fucking dementia. But he thought that this was an IQ test, and he is proudly telling us about this.
On mental acuity, because I think a president should have to do that. And as you probably heard, I aced it. I got a perfect score.
I did so good. They gave me the circle, and then there was a circle hole, and I got it in through the square hole. And lots of people, they said, Donald, you can't get the circle in the square. And I said, look at my hard hat. And I bashed, and I bashed, and I bashed. And the circle went through the square, and that's a passing grade.
I got the highest score. I got a perfect score. And the only reason I tell you that is it's one subject, unlike Biden and others, that you can take off your plane.
The question of nuclear testing, just being very specific.
Anyway, so yeah, dumb fuck Donnie doesn't even know which part of his body he had a fucking MRI. And so I want you to understand something. I've talked to you, he keeps on taking questions on like the tarmac of Air Force One. And I want to point out something. I've said for about a year now, since before Trump won the election, I said that Kyle Kulinski coined the phrase lieflation, right? We've got inflation, but Trump does something called lieflation. His lies get bigger and bigger and bigger. And on the campaign trail, when they were talking about how many undocumented immigrants are in the United States of America, Trump was saying, he's like, oh, there's 6 million undocumented immigrants. And then the election kept going, goes, oh, there's 9 million illegal aliens. Oh, there's 14 million. There's 16 million. And now he's hit the point where he's going, there's 20 to 25 million criminal, illegal, murder, rapist aliens. And what I've said for about a year, and I'm right, I'm always right, is that number will keep on going up until it hits 65 million. Now, Chris, why 65 million? I'll tell you, fuckface. 65 million is the Latino population in the United States of America, whether they're here legally or illegally, whether they were born here or whether they migrated here. 65 million Latinos in this nation. Now, Stephen Miller, one of the co-presidents of the nation, he, as we know, Donald Trump has dementia. He can't really be making these decisions. Stephen Miller is a white supremacist. He's a Jewish Nazi, right? He wants to get rid of all black and brown people in this nation. This is not hyperbole. They've been very clear about that. Stephen Miller has also said that this should be a nation of 100 million. We're a nation of 360 million people. They want to get rid of 260 million people. Now, you can't do that by getting rid of just Latinos. You also have to get rid of people like me, dissidents of the regime. Yes, I was raised Christian. Yes, I'm white. Yes, I'm straight. Yes, I was born in New York and my parents were born in America, but I don't support the regime. The only way for them to get this 100 million strong nation, which DHS posts about all the time, is to do an ethnic cleansing campaign in the United States of America. That is the plan. But I want you to keep listening to this because he is going to raise this number to 20 to 25 million. Watch this.
So in the case of Venezuela, it's the prison population. Their almost entire prison population was released into the United States. You know?
Not true whatsoever. You need to be mentally impaired to believe that.
You know what that means? Their prison population was released into the United States, and we're getting it out. We're doing an amazing job. We have a strong border now. We have everything. Our country's doing so well. But what the Biden administration did to our country should never be forgotten. And the single worst thing they did is allow 20 or 25 million people to...
You hear that? 20 or 25 million people. That number has skyrocketed from where it once was.
Pour into our country. People from prisons, drug dealers, mental institutions, bad people, gang members, to allow that to happen to the United States, totally unchecked and unvetted, should never be forgotten.
So again, that's a lie, and this is part of the reason why we're going to war with Venezuela. They need to have some sort of a lie to manufacture consent. Our humble leader, Noam Chomsky, who we love, despite the fact that Noam Chomsky is on the fucking Epstein list. But Noam Chomsky, he wrote about manufactured consent, and that's what you do in the United States of America. They manufacture consent for these foreign wars. Now, Trump has this insane idea for healthcare, or I guess it's actually a lack of an idea, and I can't really explain it. He has to explain it for you because it's so fucking retarded. It makes no sense. Just listen.
What about you?
Healthcare. Are you negotiating with lawmakers on healthcare ahead of a vote next month?
We're negotiating with lawmakers, and I've had personal talks with some Democrats. I can't tell you who they are.
It's Chuck Schumer and Apex Shakur, also known as Hakeem Jeffries.
Do that. It's not fair to them. About paying large amounts of dollars back to the people. You know, this is...
So he's saying he wants to take the billions of dollars that we give to the health insurance companies and give it to the American people so that they can spend that money on health insurance. It makes no fucking sense. And also, if you think Donald is ever going to send you a fucking check, you're out of your mind.
It's my idea. It came up during that, you know, oftentimes in under times of stress, like the shutdown, you come up with great ideas that you wouldn't have thought of before. The insurance companies are making a fortune. Their stock is up over 1,000% over a short period of time.
Why would you admit that, by the way? Why would you admit that health insurance companies, their stocks have grown by over 1,000% when you are trying to claim that you're a man of the people? Like, bro, you are admitting that every decision you have made has helped billionaires and giant medical health insurance companies. You are blatantly admitting that your decisions help the billionaires more than it helps the working class.
They are taking in hundreds of billions of dollars, and they're not really putting it back, certainly not like they should. So when I see this, and when I've seen this over the last pretty short period of time, I said, why do we just pay this money directly to the people of our country and let them buy their own health insurance?
That's what we do, Donald. That's what we do. For people who don't have health insurance included in their jobs because they're not part of a fucking union or some shit, we spend our own money on health insurance. And this is another point to be made, is that Donald is so disconnected from reality. He's never had to deal with these problems, bro. He's been propped up by rich people his entire fucking life. When he was a child, he was propped up by his rich daddy and rich mommy, and then as he moved through life, he was propped up by Roy Cohn, and then he was propped up by his handlers. He's never had to worry about anything. And the reason I know this is because he refers to groceries as a foreign concept. Remember? He's like, groceries, an old school term. What do you mean? Every fucking day we're buying groceries. We all go to the grocery store. We see the prices going up. But Dirty Donald, I'm convinced, has never, I mean this, never in his life has Dirty Donald ever stood at a checkout line in a grocery store. He's never had to bag his own groceries. He's never had to wait for, never. He's never gone to a grocery store. I firmly believe that. I can't picture him walking down the aisles with a shopping cart. I actually believe throughout Donald Trump's entire 80-something years of life, he has never in his fucking life had to pay for health insurance, had to go to the grocery store, had to go to a PTA meeting. He's never done this shit.
And you know, I made that statement, and I made it a little bit cavalierly, but it sounded good, and everybody has picked up, including Democrats. And I am talking to some Democrats right now about doing that. People love it. We're going to take the money, well, if it gets approved, we're going to take the money, we're going to pay it back to the people of our country to go out and buy health insurance. Now, they can put it in a health account. We can do it a lot of different ways.
What the fuck does that even mean, Donald?
But they buy their own health insurance.
Did you know Roy Cohn was gay? Yes, he died of AIDS.
They can negotiate price, and it's going to be locked, so they can't go out and buy a Cadillac.
Oh, okay. So here's what we're gonna take the money from the health insurance and we're gonna split it up and we're going to redistribute the wealth, but it's gonna come with a stipulation where you can only spend that money on these 3 health insurance companies. What? I thought this was land of the free, home of the fucking brave. You're gonna give me money and tell me where I can spend it? Sounds like communist Russia, motherfucker. I wish.
They can go out and buy health insurance.
He's so fucking stupid, bro. He's so fucking stupid. He's so disconnected. Now we got another question here. This is just Trump going on the offensive. Just listen to this. Just look at him lash the fuck out.
Tell him. Will you let me finish my statement? You are the worst.
You know damn well he wants to hit her. Look at, you know damn well he wants to fucking hit this woman.
Tell him. Will you let me finish my statement? You are the worst. You're with Bloomberg, right? You are the worst. I don't know why they even have you.
Dude, unironically, Trump calling you a reporter the worst reporter is like an award. Like, that means that you're an incredible fucking reporter. If Trump thinks you're the worst, that means you're the best. That means you're asking him hardball questions, unlike these fucking pussyfooting losers who just blow smoke up his fucking ass and stroke his tiny little micro penis. Now, our boy Harry Enton with a transatlantic accent. He's going buck wild, showing how low Trump's approval rating is among Latinos. And it's like, well, no shit. Well, here's the thing. Trump had a pretty high approval rating among Latinos when he was running, and now it's plummeting mainly because of ICE. Who could have thunk? But let me turn up the speed on this. Listen to Harry Enton. He could explain this better than me.
Yeah, what are we seeing? You know, one of the big shifts in 2024 from 2020 was that shift towards Donald Trump, right? Immigration played a key role in that. I want to start off with Latinos on Trump and immigration. You know, back a year ago, what did we see on the issue of immigration? Latino voters trusted Kamala Harris more than Donald Trump, but by just 2 points. 1, 2. Look now at Donald Trump's net approval rating on immigration among Latinos. He is 38 points underwater. That is a 36-point shift, essentially, from where we were a year ago on immigration. Kamala Harris and Donald Trump are basically tied on the issue of immigration. And now on the issue of immigration, Latinos despise, hate Donald Trump. 38 points underwater. In their mind, he is doing something absolutely wrong when it comes to immigration.
What about the Latino vote overall?
What about the Latino vote overall? All right, how do Latinos feel about Donald Trump overall? Let's take a look here. This, I think, sort of gives the game away.
Goodness.
Yeah, oh my
Holy
goodness.
shit.
I mean, that is the phrase of the day. Trump's net approval rating among Latinos. In early February, again, he was just 2 points underwater. Look at where he is now. Late October, minus 34 points. 34.
And again, I said this earlier. If you're a Latino that voted for Donald Trump when he was promising you the largest mass deportation campaign in American history, I'm not gonna pity you when you get fucking deported. You're like a chicken advocating for KFC. In my world, ICE wouldn't fucking exist and you wouldn't have to fear for your life. But your voting decision has led to this. I don't give a fuck. I don't pity you.
Points underwater, a shift to 32 points over the course of this year. I should point out this is the CBS News YouGov poll, but I was looking at the Averager polls. I was looking at our own poll. Very similar shift. 20, 25, 30-point shifts on the net approval rating away from Donald Trump among Latinos overall. Again, whatever Donald Trump is doing in office, in the minds of Latinos, it is not working. They have...
Harry, you can man up and say what he's doing. You don't need to say whatever Donald Trump is doing. You could say that Trump creating a masked Nazi Gestapo force that is patrolling the streets of the United States of America and illegally terrorizing us, rounding up brown people with no due process, and sending them to concentration death camps where they are being raped in mass in Sikot and El Salvador. You could just say that. I don't know why you won't, but you could.
Turned against him in massive, massive numbers.
I was in New Jersey a couple weeks ago on election night there. People were watching certain counties with high Latino populations very closely. What did we learn?
Yeah, what did we learn from the 2025 elections? I took the highest Latino percentage area in both New Jersey and Virginia. New Jersey, it was Union City. Look at this, 2024 president, 2025 governorship. There was a 52... I'm laughing because you never see any numbers like this. A 52-point shift towards Mikey Sherrill from how Kamala Harris did on the margin. Mikey Sherrill ran away with this. Kamala Harris did win that vote, but by a small margin. Mikey Sherrill did 52 points better. How about in Virginia, Manassas Park? Look at that. A 22-point shift towards Abigail Spanberger from how Kamala Harris did back in 2024. We saw huge Latino shifts in both New Jersey and Virginia. The idea of what happens to Donald Trump won't impact down ballot. If you're a Republican, you believe that, that is fantasy land. What is happening to Donald Trump absolutely impacted what happened down ballot. Part of it is turnout, but part of it is persuasion. Latinos running away from Republicans, running to the Democrats, a big reversion of the mean. Latinos back in the Democratic camp in 2025 in a way they simply put we're not in 2024, and it's because of Donald John Trump.
Look, a lot can change between now and next November, the 2026, but if you start sort of extrapolating this and overlaying it on places like Texas.
Yes, we're going to be having lots of discussion about Texas. That redistricting may not work out the way that a lot of Texas Republicans and Donald Trump hope it would.
Well, it's not going to work. We already got Prop 50 passed in California, even though Texas is going to gerrymander and redraw their maps. It's not going to work. California already redrew their maps, and now they have combated the extra seats that Republicans would get. So now we're going to move a little bit onto Venezuela. So a couple of things that are going on with Venezuela. U.S. soldiers who have been, murdering the Venezuelan civilians on fishing boats, they are seeking out private legal advice because they are concerned that they have been following through with illegal orders, and they are worried they're going to get tried at the fucking Hague. And the thing is that they're right, dude. Here's the thing. When you're in the military and you're given an illegal order, you are legally obligated to refuse that order. The problem is you need to be smart enough to know that that order is illegal. And as we know, the overwhelming majority of the military are uneducated. They join the military so that they can get an education. You know, our soldiers are promised socialism so that they will go fight and die defending capitalism, right? So the military is uneducated. They don't know if an order is legal or illegal. They're not fucking lawyers. And they're starting to seek out legal advice. I want you to look at this. So this is from PBS. Military personnel seek legal advice on whether Trump-ordered missions are lawful. So we're starting to see military service personnel have been seeking outside legal advice about some of the missions that the Trump regime has assigned them. And this is because of these illegal U.S. strikes against boats. We've got something like this. Calls to organizations like the Orders Project, which provides free legal advice to military personnel, are on the rise from staff officers involved in planning the boat strikes, as are calls, as are calls to a separate hotline from National Guard personnel concerned about domestic deployments to American cities, and even calls expressing concerns of complicity and possible genocide in Gaza by virtue of U.S. weapons sent to Israel. So we're starting to see the American military is genuinely concerned that this pendulum will swing back and that they will be held responsible for the illegal orders of their president. Don't forget, the president of the United States cannot be charged for anything he does. He could come to your house and shoot you in the face. As long as that is an official presidential action, the Supreme Court has ruled that the president of the United States cannot be held responsible for anything he does. This is a real Supreme Court ruling. Problem is, the people beneath you, you can be charged. Every single member of his cabinet, they're going to be charged. All these ICE agents, they're going to be charged. Any soldiers who follow an illegal order, you're going to be charged. That's just the name of the fucking game. Now, Trump was asked about Venezuela on the tarmac. Listen to his response.
Any questions?
Any update on Venezuela, Mr. President? On Venezuela update?
No update on Venezuela.
With the designation of that cartel associated with Maduro, does that mean that the U.S. government can target Maduro's assets or infrastructure inside Venezuela?
It allows us to do that, but we haven't said we're going to do that. And we may be having some discussions with Maduro, and we'll see how that turns out. They would like to talk.
Yes, they would like to talk because nobody wants a giant fucking war in the middle of the Venezuelan jungles. And also, just so you know, we have our Marines are currently running invasion drills miles from the coast of Venezuela. They are doing practice amphibious assaults because whether you want to admit it or not, we are going to war with Venezuela. We've already murdered 70 plus Venezuelans. Now, speaking on the topic of Latinos, we've got Trump being asked about Nick Fuentes here, and it's really funny because he pretends like he doesn't know who he is, despite the fact that Trump had dinner with Nick Fuentes and Kanye West.
The formula, yeah.
Mr. President, Tucker Carlson recently had a friendly interview with anti-Semite Nick Fuentes. Tucker Carlson. What role do you think Tucker Carlson should play in the Republican Party and the conservative movement going forward?
Well, I found him to be good. I mean, he said good things about me over the years.
And that's the thing when it comes to reporters. If you glaze Donald, he thinks you're a good reporter. It has nothing to do with actually being a good reporter. If you glaze him, you're good in his eyes.
I think he's good. We've had some good interviews. I did an interview with him. We had 300 million hits. You know that. Look, I can't tell him. Will you let me finish my statement?
There's the clip from earlier.
You are the worst. You're with Bloomberg, right? You are the worst. I don't know why they even have you. We've had some great interviews with Tucker Carlson, but you can't tell him who to interview. I mean, if he wants to interview Nick Fuentes, I don't know much about him, but if he wants to do it, get the word out. Let him, people have to decide. Ultimately, people have to decide. The mayor of New York, I will say, would like to meet with us, and we'll work something out.
I think he's talking about Zohran Mamdani. I'm not sure if he's talking about Eric Adams. Eric Adams is currently in Israel kissing the fucking wall like the good goy he is.
But he would like to come to Washington and meet, and we'll work something out. We want to see everything work out well for New York.
You yourself had dinner with Nick Fuentes at Mar-a-Lago a few years ago. What role should he play in the conservative movement?
Well, I didn't know he was coming, and he was with, as you know, somebody. Kanye.
Kanye. Ooh, I hung out with Kanye.
And Kanye asked if he could have dinner, and he brought Nick. I didn't know Nick at the time. And
so you just are okay with random people coming to dinner with you, and then you find out that they're fucking Nazis? Bro, get this fucking douchebag out of the Oval.
He did. He came, and along with a few other people. He brought a few people with him. Meeting people, talking to people, for somebody like Tucker, that's what they do. People are controversial. Some are, some aren't. I'm not controversial. So
you might be the most controversial man alive right now. And if I had to think about living and dead, it would be Adolf Hitler, Joseph Stalin, you. You're like, you've got to be the third most controversial man who has ever fucking existed. Are you out of your fucking mind, Donald?
I like it that way.
Anyway, another thing here. I just wanted to show you how easy Trump is to be bought. The Swiss gave Trump like a clock that is a solid gold Rolex. They also gave him a giant gold bar. And after they did that, he immediately cut their tariffs. He immediately cut the tariffs on Switzerland. This is a little thing, but I just want you to know, like, you can literally buy this man with gold. Last thing I want to show you is on Friday, J.D. Vance's motorcade crashed into a cop on a motorcycle and left him in critical condition. Not a single person got out of the motorcade to help this man, but citizens, you know, good law-abiding citizens saw what happened, and they provided emergency medical care to this guy while the EMS was on his way. And I just wanted to tell, like, the Thin Blue Line crowd to get on your hands and knees and eat my shitty fucking asshole, because the president and the vice president couldn't give less of a shit about you. And we know this because we already watched ICE pepper spraying fucking police officers. But a police officer is critically injured from a crash while providing security for Vice President J.D. Vance's motorcade. Justin Brown and a state trooper were involved on Friday night during an executive protection mission. This is the guy who got fucking bodied by J.D. Vance's motorcade. And then we have a quote. To those individuals whose quick response saved FTO Brown's life last night, we could never thank you enough. You are truly heroes. They're talking about the citizens, because normal people in a bar saw this happen, ran out and helped the guy, while JD Vance's motorcade just kept on driving. Literally, just kept on fucking driving. You could not make this shit up. Quote, the U.S. Secret Service is closely monitoring a serious traffic incident involving local law enforcement personnel that occurred this evening in Maryville, Tennessee, while they were supporting a protective motorcade movement. Protectees were not impacted by this incident. Yeah, but you fucking left a cop in critical condition. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. If you're here live, you stay. We're going to keep on going. If you're watching this pre-recorded on YouTube, thank you very much for tuning into the Valenti VOD. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It costs you nothing, and it helps me immensely. Do me one last favor. Click that video over there. It's a banger, and I know bangers. Nice. That's a banger, right, guys? That's a banger. That's a banger, if I do say so myself. That's a banger, if I do say so myself. That's a banger, if I do say so myself. Any advice for people trying to get into independent media? Start recording. Immediately start recording, bro. You can't start till you start. You know what I'm saying? All right, time to make a thumbnail, guys. Time to make a thumbnail. All right, so we're going to need Trump yelling to release the Epstein files. Trump screaming. Now, Trump yelling. I think I'll go with this one. This is a good one. Episode 295. All right. No screen share? Oh, sorry. My bad. There we go. Let's get little Bill. Let's get a little Bill on his shoulders, huh? Or Bill peeking out from above. Is that good? Little tiny Bill? Yeah, there's Bill in his mouth. I'll put Bill Clinton in his fucking mouth. All right, now we need me. By the way, guys, somebody said they were like, any advice for becoming a content creator? What you're watching me do is like what a lot of the bigger content creators, somebody like Hassan Piker or Kyle Kalinske, they have a team to do this, right? They have a team gathering them the links that they need to cover. They have a team creating their thumbnails. They have teams for all this shit. You're not gonna have a team, okay? You're gonna be like me. So what you need to learn is how to do all of this stuff. And it is not going to be easy, but if you don't learn how to do this, you're never going to take off, right? You understand me? This is the game and you have to learn how to play it. Okay, so that's one for release the Epstein files. Then we've got Trump's Uno reverse card. Trump's Uno reverse card. And how about Hubba Bubba? We need one more. We need one more. We need one more. No, how about he knows it's over. Yeah, he knows it's over. Okay, so now we're going to do the A/B testing. Trump's Uno reverse card. He knows it's over. Release the Epstein files. All right. Trump's last ditch effort to hide the Epstein files. War with Venezuela. Trump's last-ditch effort to hide the Epstein files. War with Venezuela. And the end of MAGA is upon us. There we go. Okay, so Trump is pulling an Uno reverse to release the Epstein files and withhold every last document due to it being an ongoing investigation. Also, we are at war with Venezuela. Chris, you have to educate this audience and let me share. They are lazy and have to be told. What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that even mean, dude? There is no AI-generated content in this video. Yes, I want it monetized. Sensitive events. Most recent upload. Let's see how it starts. Epstein. All right, it needs a little bit of a tweak. Public. Publish. Click. Grab. Edit. Trim and cut. Cut the fat. Right there. Preview. Epstein, Epstein, save. Epstein. Acknowledge. Confirm. Bang. All right, we're done there. Now, we make an advertisement. Now we make an advertisement. Okay, hold on. So Trump is pulling an Uno reverse card where he's saying, oh, I want the Republicans to release the Epstein files. And the whole reason he's doing this is because he just ordered Attorney General Pam Bondi to reopen the DOJ's case in the Epstein files to look into Democrats like Bill Clinton. By doing so, he has made all of those files part of an ongoing investigation, which means that tomorrow, when the House votes to release the Epstein files and they are quote-unquote given files, there will be nothing in there. Because now all of those files are part of an ongoing investigation which trumps, pun intended, the discharge petition, second pun intended. All of this is a game of like smoke and mirrors because Trump doesn't want to release the Epstein files because, as you know, he's a kitty diddler. Anyway, I've been covering this. We're also at war with Venezuela. Our Marines are practicing amphibious assaults just a few miles off of the coast of Venezuela. If you disagree with me, you're wrong and stupid. Your opinion means fucking nothing. I am the only man who is important. All of this is on my most recent YouTube video. You should go check it out. Go check it out. New YouTube video, new YouTube video, new YouTube video. Hi, Beans. Hi, buddy. Did you want to come up and say hi? Yo, big guy. Hi, handsome. What's on your nose? Hi, handsome. Little guy. Little guy. I'll let you go. Bye, everybody. There you go, buddy. All right. So Trump is pulling an Uno reverse card where he's saying, oh, all right. Let's see. I'm always right. I have never been wrong. You are triggered. New YouTube video. All right, so the text says, I'm always right. I have never been wrong. You are triggered. New YouTube video. By the way, if you do want to do what I do, you have to embrace the rage bait. You have to understand that your viewers, especially your haters, don't view you as a human. They view you as a character on a TV show, okay? And you need to rage bait them. You need to rage bait them. That is the only way that you are going to get blasted. Your enemies matter more than your fans in terms of clout. The way that you get publicity, the way that you grow is by having people hate you so much that they make videos about you and pump you out and label you as an enemy, right? Hassan has a great phrase, judge me by my enemies. When the MAGA base has labeled you as their enemy, that means you're doing something right. That means that you have become so powerful. It means that your voice has become so powerful that you are genuinely a threat to their failing ideology and they have to silence you. You need to enrage the enemy in order to be a beacon for your allies, because they will see that you are an enemy of the worst people and go, well, if he's their enemy, he's got to be on my team. And that is the reality of this game. That is the reality of the game that we are playing, okay? Clout chase, essentially. Yes, clout is a monetary system. You know, people joke about likes and clicks and views, and no, that's money. That's money, that's popularity, that's megaphone. That's how you get your voice out there. If you're not posting on social media and you want to get into this game, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. Is that posted? All right, that's posted. Now I got to get that on Instagram. Yeah, it's like plugging into an amp, bro. Okay. Bang. Wait, Chris's real name is Christopher? Yes. What's your favorite coffee brand? Dunkin'. I sincerely wanted Sanders as our president. Many did. You're not alone. How old is your cat? Beans is 2 and Luigi's 3. Please don't call me Topher. I don't like that. Thought Chris was short for Chrisathan? What the fuck are you talking about? Bangladesh's ousted prime minister sentenced to death. What? What? Huh? I'm not gonna lie, I don't give a fuck. I couldn't give less of a shit what happens in Bangladesh. She's fled the country, though. Good for her. Excuse me. Oof. Sheesh. Nelson just sent an article. What is this? Peter Thiel exits Nvidia's stake amid AI market volatility. A full exit from Nvidia? Surpassing a $5 trillion value. Okay, so Nvidia is about to crash. The AI bubble's about to pop. Now, also, I mean, these people like Sam Altman were saying that even if the AI bubble does pop, the government is going to bail them all out. And they're right. The government is going to bail them out the same way that they bailed out the banks in 2008. The only people who are going to feel the economic crash are people like you and I. Billionaires are never going to feel anything. Just not how it works. Any word on you going on Kyle's show? No, no word. I've reached out to Kyle, or I've tried. I don't know where to reach out to Kyle. I don't know how. He doesn't have a fucking Instagram. Like, Secular Talk doesn't have an Instagram. I don't know how to DM them. Maybe I could send an email, but I don't know the fucking email. I don't know how to reach out to Kyle, other than you guys spamming my name in his chat. No fucking idea how to do it. But yeah, no, I mean, I'd love to collab with him. I thought like Kyle and Hassan created me. Reach out on Patreon. That's not a bad idea, actually. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Email his wife? Maybe. Yeah. Please tell us for those. We're talking about Kyle Kalinske of Secular Talk. He's essentially me, but older, a little bit more buttoned up. Not Italian or less Italian. I think he has Italian blood in him, but Kalinski's a very Polish name. Yeah, you know how it is. No issues were found with that video, by the way. We're good. It's up and running. Hi, Beans. Hi, handsome. Hi. Hi, handsome boy. Handsome. So pretty. If New York City gets affordable, you moving back? I don't know, man. I want a house. There ain't no houses in New York City. I mean, maybe something in Queens, but I really want land and a house and something that's close to a body of water that I could swim in, not the fucking Hudson River. You know? I have no idea. Hi. He's a big cat. He's a very large cat. Hi. I'll let you go. I'll let you go, but you're gonna rip my fucking headset clean out of my ears, bro. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, brother. Look at what he just fucking did with his toes. Come the fuck on, Beans. Jesus. Oh, I just got an ad saying join ICE, dude. There's some crazy join ICE ads. Let me see if I could find you one. Excuse me. Let's see if I could find one for you. Nope. See, this is why we don't share screen. The shit that I just saw when I typed in join ICE. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. We almost had a redo of the other night. We almost had a fucking redo of the other night. Unbelievable. Dude, I fucking hate Twitter. Elon Musk just ruined Twitter, turned it into just straight up murder and porn. It's just murder and porn. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So many bots too. I know, dude. Millions of bot accounts on Twitter. What are your thoughts on Dean? I think he's a good kid, but at the end of the day, he's a kid, bro. He's like, he participates in debate purgatory, and I don't think that really helps anybody other than the people making money off of the debate. So, but I would like if Dean wasn't like an establishment Democrat. If he was a socialist, he could be using his voice for good, but instead he just toes the line of the DNC. You know? You know? He's not a bad guy. It's not like Dean has a bad intent, malintent. He's just a little not far enough to the left for me. And I think maybe as time goes on, as he ages, he'll realize like the Democrat Party couldn't give less of a shit about us. And eventually, I do think eventually he'll realize that. This is what happens to a lot of young guys, especially when they think they're on the right side of history by being a Democrat. Eventually they realize they're like, yeah, the Democrats are on the quote-unquote right side of history, but they move at a snail's pace. And the real progressives are in the DSA, not in the fucking DNC. Yeah, when he gets off his parents' insurance. No, that's a good point. I'd like to see how Dean Withers changes when he turns 26 and he's knocked off his parents' insurance and he's got to pay like $2,000 a month just to have health insurance. That'll be the fucking day. It's a big wake-up call for a lot of young people when that happens, you know? I just heard Adam Mockler do the Democratic propaganda line, quote, the Democrats brought the healthcare issue to the forefront. I like Adam Mockler, but again, he's a kid. I kind of lost faith for him when I saw him on Chris Cuomo's show. Chris Cuomo's a fucking piece of shit, dude. I like these young guys. The problem is that they're so young that they don't know they're being manipulated. They don't. They don't. And I do like them. I'm glad they're on the left instead of on the right, because God forbid you had fucking Adam Mockler and Dean Withers and Parker Get a Job fucking debating for the right. They would be making way more money and they would have a lot of motion. But yeah, they're just naive. I don't think they're bad people. I think they're just naive, and when they grow and when they age, they'll start to realize I've been pumping out DNC talking points instead of allowing real leftist values, real progressive values to be, you know, holstered up by my platform. Like I platform genuine progressive values. I don't run that DNC line, you know. I don't do it. Young, Chris, you're still considered young. Maybe not early 20s, but sir, you're still young. I know, but if I'm 28 and these kids are like 20, bro, some of them aren't even old enough to drink. That's a baby, bro. That's a fucking baby. Personally, I don't know. Would you ever debate? Yeah, I debate, but I would only debate people who are like my intellectual opponents. Like, I would only debate people who have a relatively similar level of clout. I'm not going to do a Charlie Kirk and debate like a fucking college freshman who's not ready for the debate. It's fucking useless. It's stupid. The TikTok debates? Yeah, it's fucking stupid, bro. Stupid. Somebody said the TikTok debates were fucking peak. Yeah, but they weren't debates. It was just me showing you how brain dead MAGA chuds are. It wasn't a debate. I would ask them something like, do you support militarizing the United States? And they go, no. I go, do you support Trump invoking the Insurrection Act? They go, yeah. Or I'd be like, do you support the Constitution? They go, yeah. I go, do you support Trump having a third term? They go, yeah. Like, it's literally just like shining a light on a brain dead fucking moron and being like, look how dumb this guy is. Debate Nick Fuentes? I don't debate Nazis, man. I ain't gonna fucking debate a Nazi. There's no point. All you're gonna do is drive more viewers towards them. Because of them, the right thinks that's all the left is. I agree. Have you converted any MAGA maggots? Yeah, fuckload of them. I've converted a lot of maggots. It's not hard to convert a maggot. They just have to not be a cultist. There's plenty of people who voted for Donald Trump who are not cultists. And then there's cultists. You're never going to be able to convert a cultist. Would you go on Jubilee? Fuck no. I was offered to go on Jubilee, and I turned that shit down. Jubilee's a fucking dog shit organization. They offered me to be part of a thing where it was like leftists versus liberals. And I was like, I'm not fucking doing this. I like Luke Beasley. As a former fan of his debate content, Vosh's audience are mainly people too young or brain damaged like I was to recognize what he's doing at Darbo. I don't know who Vosh is. Thank you for the $2. TikTok debates was truly an era. Tuned in every AM. Yeah, I used to do that shit with coffee in the kitchen. Crazy. Crazy times. If you want to know who I watch, it's Luke Beasley, Hassan Piker, Kyle Kalinske, Adam Mockler. Those are the 4 that I watch. Sometimes Brian Tyler Cohen, but I don't know. I don't trust him. I don't know why. I don't fucking trust the guy. I just don't trust him. What's happening with the women that ICE is taking? They're probably being raped. I mean, we already know that's happening to the men. The men that ICE is taking are being sent to a rape camp in El Salvador. That's not even a joke. New York Times had a whole article about this, so I'm glad you don't know who Vosh is. I'm not as chronically online as you would think. Why do you think it is bad to debate opposite-minded people? No, I don't. I do think it's bad to debate Nazis because they don't believe in debate. Like, if you're a fascist or a Nazi, you don't believe in democracy, you don't believe in debate, you believe in authoritarian rule. Why would I participate in that system with you if you don't believe it should exist? Go ahead, grow your audience and send out your message without democracy if you don't believe it. You know? I just don't, I fuck you. Like, I won't participate in it since you don't believe in it. Anyway, I'm probably going to get ready to end the stream. That's why you don't trust Brian Tyler Cohen. I used to like him until I read about the dark money. I don't know anything about the dark money. I don't know. I don't trust him. He gives me heebie-jeebies. There's something about him. I don't know. I have sometimes I get a feeling in my balls that I don't trust somebody, and then we find out months later that my balls were right, and I don't trust them. I don't trust them. You think Brandon Herrera's a Nazi? I don't know anything about Brandon Herrera other than he's a gun tuber. You know, I've watched his gun content. That's about it. I watched your video from today. You said that Epstein was in Israel. Can you elaborate? I don't believe he's dead. I just don't believe it. Evil doesn't die. I just don't believe it. He's the one Taylor Renz wrote about that article. Oh, the dark money group, the Tenet Media or Palette or whatever the fuck. Yeah. Debate is useless anyway. I mean, I think debate can be good, but most debate isn't about who is morally correct or who is ethically superior. Debates are about who studied the other side's talking points more and came with ammunition ready to dismantle their talking point, right? This is why, like, guys, I don't know if any of you have taken a debate class when you were in school, but like in high school, they'll make you debate, you'll put you in a debate class and they'll make you debate something you don't believe in. They'll be like, we need you to debate that the Holocaust never happened. Well, they probably won't do that in high school, but they will force you to debate things you don't believe in so that you can understand that debate isn't about being right. It's about being prepared. That's what debate is. It's just about being prepared. I could fucking win a debate arguing that conservative values are better than leftist values. Now, I don't believe in that, but if you needed me to debate that, I could prepare and I could win the debate. Or win isn't a thing. You can't win a debate, but I could convince the audience that I was better. Like, it's just, it's a game. The people choose their ideological champion and put them in the Coliseum. And it's about a duel. It's not about who's better. It's about who wins. It's fucking weird. It's gross. It's stupid. It's fucking gross. Especially when you don't have fact checkers in the debate. You could just fucking lie. You could just fucking lie. You know? Anyway. I'm going to hop off. Hey, you should scroll Twitter again, sharing the screen. Malenti, I just scrolled Twitter without sharing the screen. Big black dick immediately. So, yeah, no, not going to happen. Not going to happen. I typed in join ICE, big black dick immediately. Unreal. Unreal. All right, guys. Would you debate a Zionist? Maybe. I don't know. They'd have to have similar clout as me, like I said. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Actually, no, I don't know if I would debate a Zionist. Because, like, I won't debate Nazis, and Zionism and Nazism are the exact same fucking thing, so maybe I wouldn't debate a Zionist. I don't fucking know. Anyway, I'm out of here, guys. Thank you very much for tuning into the Valenti stream. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It costs you nothing, and it helps me immensely. Have a good one. Have a good one. Be good. Get hydrated. Be a good guy. Later.